You are listening to Claret and Blue, an Aston Villa podcast brought to you by Birmingham Live. Hello and welcome back to Claret and Blue podcast, episode 8. I'm joined by Ty Bracey. Welcome back.
Hello. How are you?
That was very loud.
Hang on, come here, get to the introduction before me.
Guests.
Oh, right. Welcome, Ty.
Guests going first. We've also got
You too, mate.
Matt Kendrick on my left. How are you, Matt?
Hello, I'm good, yeah.
Matt with 1-2. We were just
With
discussing.
1-2, yeah.
Why is it 1-2 for a start? Because there's a lot of tweets you get and a lot of people on the comments like, oh, I agreed with Matt's double T's opinion. And I'm like, oh, it's Matt. Why is that?
Do you think that they're going to disagree with me now that you've told them it's only 1-2? Oh, well, he's speaking absolute. It's 1-2 because my dad can't spell.
How's that right?
I think he's gone to, register the birth, back in whatever it was. What year was I born? Back in
50.
back in 1923 or something like that. Back in 1978. Oh, that sounds a long time ago. And just, they've said, do you want 1 tea or 2? You want one?
One will do.
That's it.
One will do. Why not?
So there you go. But like I say, there's enough waste in this world without wasting the extra tea. What purpose does it serve?
Yeah, none.
There you go.
It's 2020. First podcast of 2020.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
A little bit more positive than the last episode you and I did on 30th or something after Watford,
Yeah, but
wasn't it?
that's kind of, that's like kind of boasting about who's the tallest dwarf, isn't he? Out of the 7 dwarfs. It was the tallest of the seven dwarfs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair.
It was so miserable.
I quite enjoyed it though. I had
Sucker.
a lot of comments saying like, "Oh, that was like a nice little therapy session to have someone else kind of express my thoughts."
Yeah, I'd prefer to get a Horcross horn and wear my dressing gown and have little kind of little fishes nibble my toes, mate. I want to relax. I don't want to speak, agonise about Villa with you, to be honest.
It is nice to kind of get it off your chest a little bit. I felt like before it was like, "Oh, it's the end of the world." That we've got
But at the
3
end of it,
points.
he
At
still felt
Christmas.
like, didn't he? Didn't feel any better.
No, I felt a little bit better. Did you not?
No, not.
Did you listen to the last one?
Absolutely.
Did you?
An hour and a half one?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you?
Did you feel better after listening to it?
To be fair, I enjoy listening to the pair of you very much.
Okay, nice.
You bounce off each other very well.
That's
I feel the bromance.
That's somebody who wants to come back next week, isn't
Yeah.
he? He doesn't want to.
I get the sense he didn't actually listen.
Well, Ash is back off paternity leave. I did listen. I sent you a screenshot of me listening to it.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right. There's the first telling off of the new year. So new year, new Villa is what I've captioned my notes with a big question mark after it. Is that true? New year, new Villa? We won on New Year's Day with a new formation. New Villa?
I suppose so, yeah.
Come on, somebody bounce off me.
It was a bit different,
Yeah.
wasn't it? I think there's been a clamour for Dino to.
Leave by some people.
Well, yeah, I wasn't saying that bit. For him to kind of change things up. If things aren't working, you've got to look at it through a fresh perspective. And we're probably all getting a little bit worried, a bit panicky about stubbornness. Now he's the bloke who picks the team. So if you're gonna, you stand or fall by your own decisions, don't you? So I can understand why he wanted to be absolutely certain. And I don't think the fact that he changed to 3 at the back away at Turf Moor was because there was a clamour from the fan base. I think he looked at his squad and thought, we've got to do something fresh because it's clearly not working.
Yeah.
So it's new in that sense, and it yielded the win, didn't it? So I'd be a little bit disappointed if he veers back away from that, both with the Leicester game, which I know it's not a Premier League game, but he's got the prize of a trip to Wembley, and against the mighty Manchester City next Saturday. I think he needs to give this new shape a chance to bed in and see if it can be the difference.
Yeah, well, we didn't against Fulham, but we'll come back to that in a minute. What did you think of the 3 at the back? Because when the team came out at 2 and you could tell it was 3 at the back, we'd been calling for it for a little bit. We've got to change it, and I kind of like the idea of 3 at the back.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like it would suit, but at the same time I kind of felt if we're doing this out of desperation of let's just try something for the sake of trying it, I don't want him to do that either.
I think. I mean, it looks like a 3-5-2, but I think it's a 3-4-3 or a 3-4-2-1 because you've got. We had Jack and Trez as kind of like a left forward and a right forward, or even a left attacking mid and a right attacking mid. I don't think we can class 2 up top. I don't think Trezeguet was, in that striker role. But I think it's nice having those 2 players behind Wesley. Yeah. I'm actually really gutted that Wesley's got injured. I mean, when I was on the last podcast, I did defend him because I felt like I could warrant that he needed to be defended.
Well, most of his markers defended him this season, to be fair.
Exactly, but the thing, our chance creation's been poor. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing some statistics of how poor we've been in chance creation. In terms, if you exclude Grealish, our chance creation isn't. You know, the chances he creates is outstanding compared to the rest. He probably has more chances created than the entire team combined. That wouldn't surprise me if that's a real stat.
Let's just say it is.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit gutted that we're not going to get to see the full potential of Wesley for this season, but at least the pressure's off him now. He can get his head straight, get back to full fitness, and then hopefully there'll be a great squad still in the Premier League come next season when he's back at the Villa.
Yeah, we'll talk about the injury a little bit later.
Sorry, I'm quite good at going off topic.
No, it's fine. For the Watford game, I think it was that the game that Jota started?
Yeah.
Watford. I think I tweeted I would like that to be a focal point striker with Jack and Jota kind of behind him as a two, and that's what we saw against, like you said, in the Burnley game. It makes sense that if the wingers aren't brilliant out wide and we're putting balls into the box that aren't...
Is it Jota or Jota?
I say Jota.
I think if it's a J, it's pronounced with a H. I think it depends on where you're from. If you're Spanish, I think it's pronounced with a H. Okay. I think.
What do you say?
I think it's hotter.
Should we just say Otter and remove the J and the H so it's just an Otter?
We've got an animal theme podcast, so yeah, let's just call him Otter. Okay. I don't know what I was going to say now. Oh yes, I like the idea of that. If the wings aren't great, have them kind of just play narrow and like two number 10s kind of thing.
Should we call them mammals rather than wingers?
Mammals.
Just as like a triangle. I'm going to keep this podcast.
Is Villa starting 11 mammals?
I'm losing it. Yeah, I don't know. But I like that we saw that against Burnley is what I'm trying to say. That we've kind of not played it out wide as much because that clearly wasn't working. And having Jack and Trezeguet kind of float in behind Wesley, that did work and it looked promising. And now we're not going to see that with Wesley at least. So it depends for what happens with the new striker, I guess. Or
new striker.
Or Jimmy Codger, maybe.
I think we're going to act fast in the market with the striker. Dean
said before Man City, didn't he? I think is the target.
I mean, the good thing is about the next game being against Man City is if we do get a new striker, there's no pressure on him to perform because I don't think we're going into that game expecting to get anything other than a loss.
Yeah, we only said that, didn't Darren Bent score the winner against Man City? It was a different Man City, but against Man City,
different.
Yeah, it was. It's slightly different Villa. I think he touched the ball kind of 9 times all game, or maybe 9 times all throughout his Villa career.
9 goals though,
and scored the winner. I mean, I'm obviously listen. It goes without saying that Villa needs striking reinforcements. Absolutely. They needed them even in advance of Wesley suffering that horrible injury on New Year's Day. They're coming at this from the worst possible bargaining position. Yeah. Everybody knows
what position
how desperate they are.
Absolutely.
Everybody knows how quickly they want to get it done.
Yeah.
I think there is a sense that Villa are kind of loads of money, daddy war books, because they've had this spending spree back in the summer. I think we're going to end up paying over the odds.
Do you think?
No, I do, yeah. I do.
See, I'm basing this on absolutely zero information, like the rest of my opinions. I don't think we'll spend much money in January.
No, I don't think we're going to spend. I think in terms of the wages, or if we have somebody on loan, there'd probably be normally a split of percentage. Yeah. I think we're going to be screwed in terms of paying the bulk of somebody's wages. I just think it's we can't play this in a kind of poker face kind of way. It's all cards on the table,
Yeah.
Please help us. We need a goal scorer to keep us in the Premier League.
If Wesley was still fit, you could kind of go, oh yeah, well we've got our 20 million striker that we're going to have faith in, so maybe we don't need a striker. Now we absolutely need a striker. I mean, I tweeted kind of ironically, but people took it seriously after Wesley was injured. Like, I think we need to sign a striker now. We needed to sign a striker regardless of Wesley's injury.
Exactly. If you're Christian Purslow and you're on the phone to Chelsea after one of their several strikers, and you say, and they're saying, no, you're going to have to pay. You're not going to have to pay 100% of his wages. You're going to have to pay 200% of his wages for the next 3 years of his contract. What's Christian Purslow going to say? Okay, then we'll go and recall Scott Hogan. No. Do you know what I mean? What's he got? What have we got?
Yeah.
Listen, I'll shut up in a minute. If we get the right player, and we do have to pay over the odds, but that player keeps in the Premier League, it pays for himself.
Absolutely,
basically. But I just worry that where we're coming at this from.
So we did the podcast, didn't we, where we titled it "Codger be the answer." He's not the answer, is it?
Absolutely not.
I
had put a tweet. I put a tweet in July saying I'm happy with our signings of the summer, but I'm worried that we haven't got a backup striker.
Yeah.
The thing is, with us getting a backup striker in the summer, it's how do you attract talent knowing that they're going to be a backup to Wesley? How do you attract a quality footballer knowing that they're not going to be playing first team football? And I'd said if Wesley gets injured, we're in serious trouble. Now, I try and take a positive out of every negative because we live in a very negative world.
Yeah, like it.
Villa football, Villa Twitter in particular, and Villa Facebook I try and keep off. They
Villa
can be
Facebook.
quite negative places to be. The positive that I think if we get somebody, it's going to have to be somebody on loan because £20 million for a striker nowadays is a substantial. It's not a substantial amount of money compared to 20 million nowadays. It was 5 million 10 years ago.
Yeah.
If Darren Bent was getting signed for Villa now, that's probably 50, 60 million in in terms. And that I think we're going to be okay. I'm not
going down. You mean?
Absolutely, yeah. I think we're going to be all right. We do have striker problems. I'd like to see Codger off the payroll. I'd like to see him go, and I'd like to see us bring 2 people in with Davis as a third choice.
Well, let's face it. If this situation hadn't unravelled the way it was, Jonathan Codger would probably now be going on loan or somewhere in Turkey with a view to a permanent move, wouldn't he?
I think that's what's rumoured anyway.
He wouldn't be the one that we're having to place
Yeah.
a lot of trust in for, well...
at least one game.
Yeah.
I'd have thought. He's going to play against Leicester, isn't he? Because
Are you convinced Villa will sign somebody before Man City?
I am.
Well, it's Villa, isn't it? So probably not. I'm expecting nothing, so I'm not disappointed.
No, what I think that's one position we're going to act fast. I think you'll be happy to keep El Ghazi and Trezeguet as
niche reference there for anyone that doesn't listen to any other episode.
I know it's Trezeguet. Please don't slander me. I think you'll be happy to just keep those 2 for now, playing behind the striker. But I think that's going to be our first piece of business. I reckon it's going to be this week.
Okay, so not before Leicester though.
No, I don't think. Wouldn't Giroud be?
I was going to say,
cup-tied?
I think so. Yeah, I would assume so without checking.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get it done. They'd probably have to sign him within the next 10 minutes to get it registered.
I've got my phone, just keep my
with the
eye
league,
just
to
in
be
case.
honest. Yeah. So, the other thing I wanted to mention while we're on the subject of transfers is the goalkeeper situation. We've seen Jack Butland linked.
Not for me.
There's been a few others. Begovic or something.
Begovic and Randolph.
There's been a few others linked. Do we not have to kind of get to a stage where we trust one of our kind of international keepers that we've signed with a fanfare in the last couple of years?
That's my synopsis. Obviously, for anyone that doesn't know, if you listen to this and you don't know, Tom Heaton also injured during that game. 2 ACLs or whatever it is in the same game. That's peak Villa if I've ever seen it, to get 2 serious injuries in the same game.
That was a kick in the... Well, it wasn't a kick in the knackers that caused the injury, but it was a metaphorical kick in the knackers for the football club, that was. My Tom Heaton's a man.
Yeah. I love Tom Heaton so much. I feel for Wesley as well, but
yeah.
I don't want to say I feel for Heaton more, but when you looked at it when it happened with the Wesley thing, the picture of it, I'll put it on screen if you're not seeing it. It's grim how his knees bent the other way. I hate stuff like that anyway.
Rancid.
With Heaton, he's gone up for a save and just kind of fell, and you think, oh well.
That happened to Jed Steer though.
It's
as
mad,
well.
isn't it?
Maybe it won't be that bad.
Injured in the line of duty, but you'd expect if you're a goalkeeper, you get injured because somebody comes in late on you, not just because you kind of acrobatically throwing yourself through the air and you just kind of.
So unfortunate. So obviously both out for the season now. I think Wesley's will be slightly longer from what I've seen, but obviously that all depends on how the body recovers or whatever. He's a young man, isn't he, compared to Heaton? So we'll see. But both out for the season. Somebody asked me on Twitter, Randolph or what was the other one? Randolph or Butland? Who should we sign? And I said, can I say neither? Because I don't
stick with the goalkeepers.
I don't think we'll sign a goalkeeper.
I'd rather invest any spare cash that they might have down the back of a sofa at Bodymoor. I'd rather invest that in another striking addition rather than
a goalkeeper wouldn't have been a target before Burnley, obviously. So it's kind of like, well, if we've got 3 signings we want to make, let's just make those and stick with the 6 other goalkeepers that we've got at the club anyway. We've bought Sarkic back off loan, haven't we?
Yeah.
From
Livingston.
Kilmarnock, is it? I don't know. Livingston.
You had like a 1 in 10 chance there.
Some Scotland team. He's been playing well, apparently. So he'll be second choice for now, won't he? I'd say Neelan starts. He'll be on the bench. and then Steer comes back at some point.
Do you think Kalinic is third choice?
I think Callan should still be on his bike, won't he?
I think he'll go, yeah.
Because I think it's Livingston. I don't want to keep saying Livingston if he's not at Livingston.
Maybe it's Kilmarnock.
It is Livingston. Is it? I'll back myself on that.
A lot of their fans have been kicking off because apparently he's having a great season.
Yeah.
And it's great that he's getting first team minutes. He's young.
I don't know why I'm doing it like that, by the way.
But I agree with you, Matt. I think that we definitely should invest the money in strikers. I think we're definitely going to get 2 strikers purely for the reason I don't think Giroud has got the legs to play 90 minutes
well done.
From now till the end of the season. Because when was the last time he wasn't a super sub?
Maybe he's still got it in him, but we just don't see it because that's just the way that Chelsea decided to use him.
Bring Ryland on for the last 10 minutes because they're very similar, aren't they? Giroud and Ryland, don't you think?
God.
Could get him on, couldn't you? With his dazzling teeth. I'm telling you.
Where did that come from, Matt?
just because Giroud and Ryland just look quite similar.
Is it the quiff? Is it the quiff?
It's probably your quiff, actually.
I think you're just being biased on people who have good hair.
Oh.
It's funny you should mention my hair because I didn't want to. I was a bit kind of reluctant to bring this subject up, but no, I've had some clippers for Christmas. We'll come on to the subject of dogs in a bit, but I've had these clippers, and my wife has done me a grade 3 for the first time, and there's one little bit there that's a little bit tufty.
Can you show the camera?
I don't know. That's why I'm glad I've got this side on.
Zoom.
Side on perspective, but I just. Listen, I know I've got crap hair, but does it? And this, apologies to people listening to this who can't see it in its glory. Obviously, our YouTube subscribers can see it in its glory. Does it look okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a 41-year-old man, so I'm not going to use this kind of bar to pull.
Now that I'm looking at you when you've got the profile, you can see a little bit that's longer than the rest here, but I hadn't noticed.
You should have just said you can't see it.
Doesn't look,
that's the right thing
bad,
to say.
Because it's costing £12 to have it done at the barbers with, the professionals do it. But we're trying to economise, it's a new year, isn't it?
The worst thing about a bad hairline, Matt, is someone who's in denial they've got a bad hairline. You've come to terms with it, so you've just graded it all over. You're doing the right thing.
Exactly. But it doesn't look too budget version. It looks okay, is what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Thank you. That's really good for my self-esteem. Thank you.
What is this podcast at this point? Go on.
I've got another random thought. We'll get back to the football again in a minute.
I mean, we're coming on to dog puns.
I think it was Ryland and primetime television and crap shows. It's got. Has any of you watched The Masked Singer over the weekend? Have you got better things to do than that?
Unfortunately,
I've heard about it, but
have you watched it?
I've not watched it.
Basically, the concept is that there's a panel of Davina McCall and Jonathan Ross and somebody else and somebody
else. Sounds good.
And they have to have a celebrity comes onto the stage and performs a kind of a hit.
And they don't know who it is that right?
They're dressed in costume.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And there have to be a couple of clips and stuff like that. And I was thinking on the way in, because my mind wanders, as you could tell.
Yeah. Did you do any research this podcast, by the way, on the way in?
Yeah, this is it.
Oh, okay, got you.
Wouldn't it be great if you unveiled a transfer signing that way and they had to come in and juggle the ball up in costume or something like that, or just do a little turn or do their little kind of move,
dressed as Hercules and then take the head off.
And that's it. But I just think rather than the kind of parade the scarf and the brilliant big club and all that kind of stuff, hold the shirt up, dress somebody up as a Womble. I mean, a Wombles are probably before your time, but because they've got a signature move,
I hated it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair.
I mean, to be fair, the Villa social media is actually quite good sometimes with how they announce transfers. Yeah. I don't think they're going to go with the Womble though.
What about Giroud then in a kind of supermarket doing the old supermarket sweep,
or in the barbers getting a blow dry?
I wonder where you were going with that.
You guys can have dirty minds as much as you want. To get a quiff like that, you need a good blow dry. Absolutely. Hey, look, it's PG on it. I know sometimes
when you upload the podcast, you have to tick a little box whether it needs to be explicit or not. I'm debating.
In here, don't we?
To stop recording.
Look, you hear the word blow, that's your dirty minds, guys, not mine.
You said it really fast as well.
I'm sorry if there's anybody under 18 who is getting scratchy head moments where they're like, what are they on about?
He's talking about blowing head. Right, anyway.
Let's talk about football.
Yes.
Sticking with signings, let's say this video happens and we unveil a signing as Hercules. He takes off his lion head. Who do you want to be underneath there? That's the question.
I quite like Giroud.
Yeah, Giroud or Batshuayi is the one, isn't it? Which Chelsea striker?
I think the issue with you getting a Premier League reserve, shall we say, on loan, is that you're probably going to be looking at kids generally, And saying this about Heaton, with Heaton's injury, not only does it rob you of a really talented player, but it robs you of a voice in the dressing room. It robs you of experience, a steady head. And I think the good thing about Giroud, yes, he might not be kind of mobile enough or match fit enough to last 90 minutes, but I think he brings personality. I think he brings gravitas.
Brings a World Cup medal.
Yeah.
Wearing it all the time.
Well, I remember Robert Perez bought one of them, mate, but it wasn't really.
Fair.
All he did was mince around
It's
wearing
mad when
it.
you think about it. Robert Perez has played for Villa. It's mad.
What year was that?
That was Julio year, wasn't it? So that was
2011,
2010, 11. Yeah.
10 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, so that I'd go with that.
Giroud for you?
To be honest, I think he's a clever enough player.
I like him. I think he's underrated. I think he's a good striker. Good in the air, good with his feet,
Absolutely.
strong, powerful.
I think our philosophy from that interview that Dean and Perslow did
in the tunnel.
Yeah, in the tunnel,
Yeah.
a few days after the end of the playoffs. Was it after the playoffs, wasn't it? I think that's completely changed because
Situation's
they were like
changed,
young,
hasn't it?
you know, they were looking at it more as a business model as well. You know, we're not going to waste money. Everyone who we're going to buy is going to be profitable. And then now, 6 months down the line, they've realised that can't, having a team of youngsters.
Yeah, and I don't think that, in fairness to Villa's transfer committee, I don't think that's a case of ripping up and starting again. I just think that's a case of tweaking.
Yeah. They've definitely got
as
to.
you go along. I don't think they're suddenly going to kind of veer away from that blueprint and all of a sudden sign a bunch of journeymen. But you're right, it's a blend, isn't it?
We need a bit of
it's
that
mixture.
That's what we're missing, isn't it, at the moment? We need a bit of experience is what we need. As much as it's a cliche to say you need experience, you do need that.
I'd be happy with
bodies as well.
Giroud as well. He's the name that's being spouted about. You know, we don't know the truth behind it. I think if we get him, from what I hear, he's earning 110 grand a week.
So is Danny Drinkwater, according to reports the other night. If we want him on loan, he's 100 grand a week.
Outrageous. How is he robbing a living at 100 grand a week?
He's barely kicked the ball for 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you do sign another midfielder, I think that's an admission of a failed transfer policy.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, we probably jumped the gun earlier in the season, but we were raving, weren't we, about the options? You know, you've got Louise, you've got Nakamba, you've got Grealish, you've got McGinn, you've got Harahan, or Jarahan, depending if the Spanish pronounce it that way. You've got
so many pronunciations of his name.
You've got who else in there? Jansbury, all the. Do you know what I mean? But
this is like first day back at school,
I think there's great
it?
priorities, even though that midfield have been crying out for a combination to work, and John McGinn's injuries thrown a real spanner in the works. I'd still have two strikers and make those your priorities, and then you're filling around there.
Yeah,
to be honest,
two strikers if Codger leaves. If Codger stays, I don't think you need as much as Codger would be a backup. I don't think would.
I'd just get him off the book if he's got 6 months left on his contract, right? Get a little bit of cash for him. I'll take £1 million for him.
Well, we won't get that for him.
£500,000.
I don't think we'll get that for him.
I think we would. I think Besiktas would give us £1 million. Based on with add-ons and appearances and whatnot, I reckon we'll get £1 million for him. Maybe.
That's ambitious. But
it is.
Respect your opinion.
I'm just trying to get rid of Codger.
Listen, to be fair, Ty's got more history than me and you of dealing with agents.
Yes, okay. Let's talk about another name, and you can share your story, because I know you want to. Christian Benteke is one that's a little bit of a fairy tale for me. I've said it before, I like the idea of him coming back, getting the name on the shirt, seeing this back in front of the whole end. I like the idea of that.
I don't
and him
think
coming
the
back.
white stripes enough on the whole playlist anymore.
100%.
I quite like a bit of that.
I like the idea of him coming back. He's not the same player. If he comes back, I'd be excited. Though, like, you have to be excited at the thought of it. I don't think it will happen again on a lot of money. But Batshuayi is the other name linked. He's linked with Palace for staying in London. So there's the possibility that Benteke could leave. Whether or not it's Villa, who cares? You've got a little Christian Benteke transfer related story from
2012, 13,
14?
Yeah, maybe even 14.
Wow.
Time's flying.
Do you want to share it? I know you actually don't want to, but I'm asking you to share it because content.
So, in a year, I can't remember which one, Matt, you were the journalist who...
Was it the year he actually left?
I think it was this season before.
It was 2015, then if it was the year he actually left. Because I think think it was his link with Liverpool, and he eventually moved to Liverpool.
So there had just been a lot.
No,
it wasn't my fault. So there had been a lot of speculation that he was leaving anyway. So I took it in my own hands to get his agent's phone number. I left him a voicemail in a Northern Irish accent, pretending to be Brendan Rodgers, who was the Liverpool manager at the time, and he rang me back and told me on camera that he's going to do everything he can to force a move out of the club. So I put it online, and the next thing you know, I'm trending.
Nice.
That got mixed reviews. I wouldn't mess with a Villa transfer window again. I wouldn't. But he was going anyway. He was going to leave anyway. So to say that you messed. If anything, I probably bumped up the price a little bit. So I've done you a favour there, Villa. I've probably got you an extra 5 or 6 mil or something.
Did you see any?
I heard that you got 100 million quid from that.
We can't talk about that under GDPR regulations, Matt. But yeah, so I'd done that. But in regards to him coming back, now I put a tweet about this mid last week saying, look, I'm on the fence. I don't think any answer is the right one or the wrong one. What do you think? And there was a literal split down the middle of people saying, yes, definitely, I'll bring him back. And some saying, no, absolutely no chance. I think how we need to look at it is Dean Smith isn't going to look at what Benteke did for Villa. He's going to look at what he's done the last couple of seasons of form, and he's going to go, he's absolutely pants. There's no way he's coming back to my club, if I'm honest. And I don't think Benteke would come back purely because of one person, and it's the person talking right now. I genuinely think he would go, absolutely no chance am I doing that. Because of what
is that Ty Bracey? Is that Ty Bracey still there?
In a Belgian accent or something like Poirot?
Because my phone number is probably on some agent forum to say block this number. Weirdly enough, I nearly got George Mendes. I've actually got a WhatsApp conversation with George Mendes where I tried to push a Paul Pogba transfer to
Villa.
No, not to Villa.
Oh, sure.
But there was speculation about him going back to Man United at the time, and I changed my profile picture to Jose Mourinho. I fully changed my name on WhatsApp to Jose, and he replied in the end saying, good one, full stop. So at first, he was a bit talking to me a little bit normal. I'm like, okay, this is crazy. I'm WhatsApping George Mendes.
That's mad, because I tried to get Jose Mourinho on the podcast and ended up with you instead.
I prefer not to speak. I am in trouble.
Just going back to that subject.
Yeah.
You mentioned a Northern Irish accent.
I'm not doing it.
We didn't hear it. I want to hear it.
No, because...
No.
I don't remember what it was like. It was a long time. I've changed a lot as a person since that.
Go on.
I'd done a couple of other naughty pranks, but I can't talk about on here because it's PG. But something happened after the Benteke video that nearly got me in a lawsuit that would have potentially ruined my life.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so those days are over of me calling football agents, trying to find out if a player's leaving or not.
Can we get a bit of the accent there?
No.
Please.
No.
Could you say my name?
No.
All right, moving on to another topic that everyone has been dying to hear about. Just filter it out in conversation at some point later on.
Okay, I might put it in unexpected as an Easter egg.
Why don't you get him agreeing to doing it, and then you just kind of insert a clip of actual Brendan Rodgers, and then it'll sound really bang on.
Yeah,
because my accent in the actual video is horrendous because I was so nervous that I think I turned Brummie. Nice. For half of each sentence that I was talking to him.
Yeah, but there's no pressure this time to do it. Only from us to. There's no actual agent on the end of the phone here.
Yeah, but I'd literally rehearsed doing his... I'd watched so many interviews. So I was going on the way to the pub, and I had my headphones in, and I was like, right, I'm going to ring him. And then I watched about an hour and a half's worth of Brendan Rodgers interviews just to try and nail it a little bit more. And it was actually really good, but then it come to... me being on the... Because he's ringing me back, it's on the spot. I'm in big trouble here. Okay, we either ignore the call and just pretend it never happened, or we're about to break the internet in Birmingham for a little bit, and I chose for the latter, unfortunately. But sorry, lads.
Unfortunately, you love it, really.
I'm not going to entertain you with a Northern Irish accent today.
Okay.
The end.
Boo.
I know, yeah. Your lad has been talked about on Twitter.
No, he's not going to do an Northern Irish accent for you,
No.
He's not a performing pony.
Somebody...
We thought he was, but...
You've really let me down there. That last 2 minutes has been the most awkward segment of the podcast.
I'm sorry.
Someone wants to know whether your lad ever made it back into the team after doing a runner.
So it was the Leicester game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That week.
We're playing them again, which is why I've asked you about it.
Yeah, but fortunately they don't play on Wednesday. Netherton Colts under 12 don't play on
Have you-
Wednesday nights.
is your son
Actually,
a footballer?
they train on Wednesday nights.
Is your son a footballer?
Yeah, Netherton Colts under 12s. Yeah.
Didn't even know.
Anyway,
Avid listener.
what was the question?
Has he made it back
in
into-
the
is he
team?
back in the
so
good
he
books
sacked
now?
off his game on the Sunday morning of the Leicester game, so he could come to the Villa with me and just lose 4-1 to Leicester. Great
days.
parenting that was.
Good memories.
I think they had a game so they lost that game 7-0 or something.
Yeah, you told us about that.
Players in defence. Back in the team, next game, they only lost that one 8-2, I think. So we clearly
he's
made a
got
difference.
a Ming-style leadership role
Yeah.
on the field, right?
So we clearly made a difference. But yesterday, they played a team who had beaten them 6 or 7 previously. Played them in the home game. Samuel's back in the team, and they won that 3-2.
What a
And
guy.
It was
Nice.
a cracking performance all round. And I know I've mentioned the Jack Grealish trophy before. Jack's dad got Jack to sign one of his trophies that he won as an under-10.
Yeah.
And he's given it to our team
Oh,
as a
that's
Man of the
great.
Match award. And it's been sat in our house
And you've just kept
in
it.
a cupboard for the last 6 weeks.
And just pretending that
And,
everyone forgets.
So it's been there. And then I said to Samuel, I said, do you want to win this? He said, yeah, I want it. I said, well, why don't you want to win it? Why don't you want to be man of the match every week without this? He said, no, I want to win it and take it to school. I said, well, it's been in our cupboard for the last 6 weeks. You've got to take it to school. Anyway, he didn't win it. So, but
It's always next
hopefully
week.
it will crank up his performance level. He played well, to be
There's an
fair.
incentive there now, isn't there?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it'll
Prize.
crank up his performance levels going
You
forward.
should have done till the winner of Player of the Season. And then you
Yeah.
got consistency throughout the season. Matt, look, if you need me to come on board as an advisor to the team,
Imagine
just have a
that.
word with the manager and let me know.
Well, I've told him that you do a really good Brendan Rodgers accent, so you could come along and give
So
the
I've
team
got
tour
no
like
chance.
that. Remember when Rodgers did that thing with the envelope? Was it,
I do,
you know,
yeah.
one of you is going to let us down. Should do that for these 11-year-old kids. One of you is going to, I'm not going to do the accent, one of you is going to let us down at the end of the season. I've got your name in this envelope.
What are you? He's going to let us down, night.
Nice.
We got it. We got
Nice.
it.
That's
That's
good.
your Colin Murray. What about your Brendan Rodgers?
Yeah, I think that was my Sheila who drinks coffee.
That's all right, that was.
It weren't bad.
Not bad.
So he caught you off guard.
You-
Look,
you did
I've
a-
caught you
I like
both
that. You-
off guard.
You did a good
like
Geordie one before the start of the podcast as well.
My impression of what's his name?
True Geordie.
True Geordie. That's it. Yeah. I was just asking him if he had watched the podcast, and he was like, "Yeah, I watched it last night."
Matt doesn't know what YouTube is, so worry about it.
The future.
Let's bring football back in a little bit. Cause
Sorry, guys.
I mean, I've said it's a bit like the first day back at school, isn't it? We're a little bit giddy. We don't really know what's going on. Everyone's a little bit sad, but making the best of it. Leicester on Wednesday. Now the Leicester City journalist is coming over this afternoon. I'm going to speak to him and do a specific Villa versus Leicester podcast. So I don't want to go mad now and waste all my excellent material. But we play them on
His
Wednesday.
notepad's empty. Just saying.
The second page is full of great dog puns. I've done more research about that than Villa, but
I didn't sign up for this. I'm out.
We play them on Wednesday, semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Obviously out the FA Cup now, which kind of feels like whatever. But there's a chance to go back to Wembley, playing Leicester over 2 legs. Very, very difficult game. Away first. How do you feel about it, Ty?
I think Smith has openly said he wasn't bothered about the FA Cup. I think he said he's got 2 semi-finals and have we got 5 games from now to the end of Jan?
So.
I think he said that he's got that and the rest of the league games to concentrate on. So expect to see a full first team 11, minus a striker.
Because Codger's playing.
Yeah, because first team, that's what I mean by a starting 11 of first team players. I think we're going to go. I think we're going to go for it. I think we're going to try and win, but I won't be disheartened if we don't win.
Yeah.
Need to still be in the tie by the second leg, and I've even heard a few people on.
I bought my ticket last night.
Oh
weirdly
yeah,
enough, so
that's what I was
I
going to say.
said I was going to wait for the first
There's a
leg.
few people
but-
who are going to kind of leave it until it. Oh, that's bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's bad.
I'll get
I'm
called-
on the cup scheme, so I've got no choice. I've already taken the money out anyway.
I'll get called a plastic if I didn't buy my ticket, and then if we get panned 3-0 and that's it, and then I didn't buy my ticket, but you plastic. So I'm just going to go regardless.
That's brave.
Yeah, it's a day out, and I love going to Villa. I love going to
true.
Villa.
So is it midweek as well? The cup.
So
the home
we
leg?
haven't got a home game on a Saturday
stats.
until the end of February. So we've got 2 Tuesday night kickoffs in a row.
Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. So Man City's on a Sunday.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Sunday the
That's my knowledge.
12th. And then we have Watford on the 21st. 1st.
We started doing this as a feature, haven't we? Every week we're reading out the fixture list.
Yeah, just guess the fixtures.
Yeah, so we've got no home games. So we've got 2 Tuesdays in a row. One's the Leicester game and one's the Watford home game. We haven't... I think February is the 28th of...
I don't even know what I'm looking. I'm not that interested.
So that's good then if they sign a player who's already got a Saturday job.
Yeah, we can do that.
You know,
as well,
if he works at Dorothy Perkins in the ball ring or
Absolutely.
something, you can still come in and work on a Sunday and a Tuesday.
Living the dream, literally.
Sheffield United.
Has Ryland got a Saturday?
29th of February.
Oh, see, I was right. It's the 29th of Feb.
29th of Feb.
Hang on.
It's a leap year,
Oh,
isn't
it's a
it?
leap year, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, happy leap year, Dan.
I think Villa are unbeaten on a leap year on the 29th of Feb for many years.
I think there's a stat about the Villa. I don't know how long it's been going for, but someone told me not long ago. I think it was my mate Lee, and he had said that when we kick off, you know, when they flip a coin to see if they switch sides, we haven't lost a game where the team have made us flip for quite a substantial amount of time. Yeah, where they've said swap ends.
What way we've kicked to the whole end first half?
That happened a few weeks ago.
Yeah, if it's been broken recently, but I think the record before that was quite a substantial amount of time.
Do you remember when Lambert moved the dugout, swapped the dugout?
Oh, yeah.
So that the home dugout was nearer to the whole end.
Yeah.
And then he started getting dogs abuse from the whole end.
Switched it back.
Yeah. Then moved it into the North Stand car park.
That was a weird decision, wasn't it? What was the point of that?
It's Paul Lambert. Say no more.
What was the point?
Don't get me started on that. It's a different podcast for another day. That is.
The Paul Lambert special.
Yeah.
The next special that we do.
The fall of Paul
special.
Lambert.
Imagine that.
A Dan Rolinson special.
Yeah, nice.
Featuring Matt Kendrick with 1T.
Good time.
Moody music and me crying. Very film noir, black and white.
Let's do it. I like the sound of that. We'll do that as a little special one day. Are we going to Wembley then? Yes or no? For the Carabao Cup final, not just generally.
Oh God. I didn't realise how good Leicester were until they came to Villa Park and absolutely destroyed us. Now, Villa were shocking that day. Really kind of, shooting ourselves in the foot.
I mean, they will play full strength as well, won't they?
Yeah, he'll want a trophy, won't he?
Absolutely.
He'll really want a trophy.
That was a stupid question.
I think if we can return from, I say bloody Filbert Street then, Jesus Christ, from the King Power, with a either level pegging, sneaker win, or no more than a 1-goal deficit. If we're still in the tie, I think we've got a chance.
Do away goals count?
Say it again.
Do away goals count?
Oh God, why do you expose our ignorance by asking questions like that?
I would assume they do, because it's a two-legged home and away thing. So surely that's the point of.
I don't know.
I'm going to say they do.
Okay, then you're going to say they do.
You say they're not going to, and then that evens out then.
No, in case I'm wrong, I'm going to sit on the fence. Ty can say they're not going to.
I don't know the answer, so I'm not going to guess, because that's why people comment on things on the internet if you're wrong.
Yeah.
So I refuse to say I might know the answer. I don't know. Although, I am quite sceptical about the Leicester game. So Brendan Rodgers came out after the Leicester game when we played them before and said, I changed it up, my formation. I put 2 up top because I fancied Vardy and Iheanacho to beat Villa's back line, and his tactics worked perfectly. They hammered us. I think he'll have to really scratch his head a little bit to beat our current formation. Whatever we'll just call it 3 at the back, just to. Because I don't think because I don't think we actually know what the formation is. It's easy to say 3-5-2, but then when I was watching BT Sport on when the game happened, if you look at the formation before kickoff, it very much looked like a 3-4-2-1 with Neil Taylor at left mid.
Yeah,
so I think that we'll bring it. I don't think it's guaranteed. It's Leicester. It's a cup. Anything can happen. If I won't be disheartened, the only thing I will be disheartened about is. Before Wembley, going on the green and spending the day with all the fans on the green, having a booze up, is one of the best days out I've ever had. Cup final day, it's hot, the green is full.
Should we just go down there on a random Wednesday, get some cans?
Just the green, yeah, and then we'll get locked up.
Get some cans and some flares.
So if the podcast isn't on for a couple of weeks, then you know why, because we've all been locked up in London.
Do it from down there.
In the jail cell.
I'm on the EFL website here, and it's just plain as mud. There's a section about the big screens and match DVDs, but nothing about away goals.
Just as a slight aside,
let's just say they count.
And I don't know that it was thinking about Leicester and what Vardy did to us with his pace and all that kind of thing. Has anybody seen this stat that's doing the rounds in the new year? The 20 fastest players of 2019.
I've not seen it, but I'm intrigued.
We'll drop a link to the YouTube clip of it.
Will we?
Below. We will, because I want people to see this to show that I'm not making it up.
Yeah.
And I think these figures have been made up. The 20 fastest players across Europe, I think, in 2019. Guess who was in the top 10? Which Villa player?
Don't say Wesley.
No. I'm not going to say Wesley.
What year?
Say it again.
2019.
The fastest player
in Europe.
In the top 10, there's a Villa player in there.
Yeah.
Now, this is going to be somebody that's unusual. Because
you are going to absolutely accuse me of speaking absolute bull.
What's the source of this? Well, just a random YouTube video.
But they're saying that the figures have been... They're saying the figures are correct.
You're blaming it on somebody else. It's
Bjorn Engels.
Really?
You're having a laugh, ain't
you? But he's in there ahead of Vardy. He's in there ahead of Rashford. He's in there ahead of...
I'll be honest, I watched Vardy run absolutely straight past him in,
We saw the Shane Long one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Against...
he's in there ahead of faster Villa players.
Yeah.
Gilbert is faster, surely.
Yeah. I'll dig it out and people can draw their own conclusions about how make-believe this list is.
If you send it to me, I'll put it in the description.
Which, if it is true, concrete's my statement that Engels wasn't ready to come back when we played Leicester because Vardy had his pants down for 90 minutes. I'd quite like to see
a footballer's race. Like, occasionally you see like two players from the same club. Like I think Sterling and Kyle Walker did it at Man City. I'd like to get like a whole Premier League together.
You know how they have the mascots race with Baggy Bird racing against Hercules? Maybe that's what. Maybe how they have the drafts in NFL. Maybe that's how they should select the transfer signings. Have them all dressed up as mascots.
Or if away goals don't count, Engels and Vardy just have to have a race.
Have a 100-metre sprint, and whoever gets that goes through to the next round.
Yeah,
that'd
be great.
Chances on away goals, mate.
Or with World War III come in, like a grenade fight or something.
Oh God! I don't think Villa will score an away goal anyway, will they?
Probably not.
0-0.
Probably not.
I'll take 2-0 if I'm honest.
Would you?
Yeah, against
I'll take
Leicester away with Jonathan Codger up front. Come on, lads. Let's be realistic.
Then you got to overturn a 2-goal deficit with probably Jonathan Codger still up front. No,
I don't think he'll be there for the away leg, but the home leg. But it depends who we sign. If they're cup tied, I think Giroud's cup tied, so I don't think Giroud can start regardless.
I mean, I really hope people don't tune into this podcast for absolute facts on things like away goals and whether Giroud's cup tied, because we're just guessing now.
Absolutely,
we don't know. I would assume he is.
Shout out to my mate Andy Turnstile. Do you know him?
Yes.
Turnstile operator on the North Stand. Really lovely fella. He's been in here before actually. He made the FA Cup out of tinfoil.
What, here?
What? In our old office, we did a time-lapse video of him making the FA Cup out of tinfoil. We don't need to use that video this year. Thank God. Get a Carabao Cup one.
Have we still got that somewhere?
We've got it somewhere, yeah. You can drop some of that.
I'll put it on. I'll write that down as well.
Anyway, it's not worth waiting for this, but with a talk about Giroud yesterday, he went on Twitter and said, I want us to start singing Chim Chimney, Chim Chimney, Chim Chim Giroud. We love that beep in Claret and Blue.
It's not bad.
Great. It's a great song, so if we can get that started.
I'm not going to start that.
They should just say big quiff, because beak indicates he's got a big nose, and I don't think that's very nice to say he's got a big nose. Because Giroud prides in his appearance, you can tell. He definitely loves a spray tan.
He does love a spray tan.
Yeah.
And I think he deserves one. If he's going to come and spend the winter in Birmingham, he deserves a spray tan.
Okay. Do you want to pay for that?
I think he's 110 grand a week. We'll cover it just about, mate.
If Giroud scores the goals that keeps Villa in the Premier League, I will get him a budget spray tan.
Okay.
How much does that cost? I don't know.
Well, a budget one, probably £3.
Yeah, I'll get.
Why did you look at me for the price then? Why not didn't you look at Roller?
Because look at me.
Well, I obviously don't spray tan.
Oh, listen, I'll just get a job like a Ron Seal anyway and just spray myself. Anyway, back on football.
I think we've run out of things to talk about with football, unless you're about to tell me a great point you've got. Feels unlikely. Anything else? Anyone generally want to talk about?
There's one in there somewhere, but I can't remember.
General football news, anybody?
Sadio Mane has never lost a game at Anfield when he's played for Liverpool. He's never played at Anfield when they've lost. That's a You just ask for a fact.
Interesting.
There's one for you.
Send that out to the Liverpool Echo in case they didn't know that.
I think they
that
do.
might be useful to them. Get
what did you think about Sheffield? We are going off topic. What do you think about Sheffield United warming up at Stanley Park ahead of playing at Anfield? You look confused.
Humbled.
I don't know what's going on.
So they had to go and train on just the park.
Oh yes, I did see that when the dog did the wee up the cone.
Yeah. So he's humbled the squad a bit.
That, yeah.
I really like him, to be fair.
I've heard that they're thinking about warming up at St Andrews before they come and play Villa away. Don't clip that, for God's sake. Don't use that don't pull that out for Twitter.
46 minutes.
I'm going to get battered.
No, do it. You pulled stuff out for me, so you pull stuff out for MK.
Yeah,
just do his Brendan Rodgers.
He's the gaffer, isn't he? So I can't.
Exactly.
God damn it.
That Rolinson.
I thought you were going to say, and I got very confused there.
Rolinson or Rolinson?
Rolinson.
Or was it Jolinson?
Hollinson.
It's Rolinson because it's usually a W in it.
Is there a J after the D? Dian.
My middle name is a J. Do you want to guess my middle name?
John.
Yes.
Gene. You look like a John.
My dad's called John.
You look like one of my friends called John.
As if you got that first time. That's annoying. Have you got a middle name? No. I don't know where. Have you got a middle name?
I've got two middle names. Do you want one of mine? James and Thomas.
Really?
It's named after both my granddads. So my one granddad was called James. My other granddad was called Basil Thomas. So I could have been Basil.
Wow.
Are they spelled correctly, these middle
Basil
names?
Kendrick.
Any missing letters?
There's seven M's in the James and there's 15 H's in the Thomas.
Nice. I thought you were going to say then that there was a FA Cup side trained at Bodymore.
Oh yeah, it's Carlisle, wasn't
I
it?
thought that's what you were going to say.
That was great.
They played Cardiff. It was sitting on Match of the Day.
Dean Smith
too,
just showing what a great bloke he is.
Like gave him the facilities and you
even
come
let the chef stay behind to have some fish.
I like that.
What a guy.
Well, I mean, what else are the chefs going to do though? It's like they're not going to go down.
He said he just give them experience of feeling like an actual, Premier League football team, and that's great.
Yeah, it's good. That's where I thought you were going. And I was like, Stanley Park. What are you talking about?
For I suppose you'd
if there's an offer of
come M6, wouldn't you?
If there's an offer that you can use the facilities, then yes.
So,
what if they just rocked up and were like, "Hi guys, do you mind if we pop in?"
Imagine just the Carlisle team in their training kit turn up and someone's not aware and they're like, "What's going on?"
Giroud walks past. Okay, I think we've definitely run out of football topics at this point.
Okay, it's a
perfect time. Break time.
Good time to cough.
Go and have a Kit Kat.
What's going on?
There wouldn't be a Claret and Blue podcast without the fire alarm.
I thought that was a real drill then.
We told you the Brian Little one, haven't we? We've said that on air before.
What?
We brought Brian Little in to do a podcast and video before you arrived. Yes, there was life before you arrived. BR, as it's called, before Rolinson. Rolinson, I can't remember what you said. Jolinson. Anyway.
We'll go with Joe Linton, that's easy. Fun fact, I've got a mate called TJ who actually thinks that... So we're having a discussion about football.
Linton.
Yeah, he actually said Joe Linton. But he also thought that Julian Joachim was pronounced Joachim.
Oh my God.
So one day we're all on Xbox, right? And he starts talking and he goes, Julian Joachim. And we've all gone, you what, mate? Julian Joachim. And we haven't let him. And then, do you know the old Premier League sticker books? We've photoshopped his face on Julian Joachim's head. Oh, God. We cried. And it was like Joe Linton.
Yeah,
like
you can
Joe as a first name. That's, a little bit suspect in itself, but when he said Julian Joachim, oh my God, it broke me. Like, I've got tears in my eyes now, just trying to hold it together.
We had a girl in our English class at school, going back now, she used to think Les Ferdinand was called Les Furry Hand.
Oh, wow.
And she didn't understand how he could play for QPR and England, not because she thought, why could a QPR player play? How can he play for two teams?
Oh, no.
So, anyway.
Brian Little.
Fire alarm. Brian Little came in and he got his book to promote. Lovely fella.
Oh, not long ago then.
Last year, it'd been all the year before. Came in.
Talking to the mic a bit more.
Sorry, mate. So I can never understand it. That's what that is. Anyway, he came in and did his podcast, but halfway through the fire alarm went off, but it was a proper fire alarm.
Oh, wow.
So we're on the 8th floor here, and when the fire alarm goes off properly, you can't use the lift in case they get stuck or whatever. So he's just
bloody rules about fire.
He's just had a double knee up, I think, or he's had a knee up.
Yeah.
So he's having to go down the stairs, down kind of 16 flights of stairs, and like these kind of, I don't know, 400 office workers who are chasing him down the stairs.
And he's holding everyone up.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, what if, we've got Aston Villa royalty. What if I kind of finish him off once and for all? What if his legs completely buckle?
I don't know what laughing is.
What if the building burns down? It's all because of Brian Little.
Well, exactly, yeah. Yeah, which done. Listen, you can build a new building, can't you? But, fortunately...
I reckon he got somebody to set the fire alarm off so he could get out of doing the podcast.
That's what it
and
was.
was that the end
I'd
of the podcast?
rather walk
then,
down
or did
16
you
No, we
carry
got
on?
him back up. We got him back up.
That's great.
We got him back up in the lift.
In the lift, yeah.
To be fair. Yeah, on a
And then you
stretcher.
ain't seen him since. So I ain't going back there.
I have seen him since, and he was fine about it. He said he needed to do some rehab on it anyway. So
That's great.
What better way of doing the rehab than going on a...
Then Matt Kendrick, personal trainer.
That's it, yeah.
That.
There is a personal trainer called Matt Kendrick.
But with 2 T's.
Yeah.
That's
If you
it.
Google him, he used to be a personal trainer for Alex McLeish's wife.
So do you Google yourself? Is that how you know that
Say again?
answer?
No,
You
I
No,
Google
Alex
yourself?
McLeish told me once that his wife, genuinely, his wife had got a personal trainer called Matt Kendrick. So
Crazy.
that's how I explain going through his dustbin. Anyway, back on football.
No, not back on football.
What we do now,
We're
dog
going to go
names.
to dog puns now because I've lost my head. We're 52 minutes in. We're not going to make an hour because the camera will stop.
All right, and let's do it.
I've lost my head. So
Can you provide a bit of context for this?
yes, much needed. I did a tweet yesterday saying instead of asking for questions, because every time I forget to ask the questions, so and so says this, I always forget. So I said just send us topics and we'll talk about them. So the limited notes I've done have come from people's suggestions of what to talk about. Somebody said, "What's the best breed of dog?" as a question. I thought, I'll ask that, but we'll see what happens. I'll tell Labrador because that's what I've got.
We could quite clearly see.
Any thoughts? On
Just to reiterate that Dan was having a very boring, lonely Sunday evening.
Mate, I was having a lovely time. A great time last
You
night.
definitely had a cup of tea and had a bathrobe on. Like you definitely just got out
Were
of the bath
you
with
there?
your feet
Were you
up,
there as well?
and some slippers that you got for Christmas that you don't want, but they keep your feet warm.
I didn't actually get slippers for Christmas.
Damn it!
I already got some good ones. Anyway,
What's your favourite breed of dog?
yeah, that's we'll answer the question that started this whole
not
thing.
a doggy guy.
There's the door. Get out.
I have a son. That's
Sit.
enough. I don't need her. I don't.
You're not a dog person. You can't like see a great video of a dog on Twitter and think, "Oh, my heart."
No, I'm not that guy. I dislike cats. I can tell you that. I don't dislike dogs. I like dogs.
I
but I
don't
don't
like
have a
dogs or
favourite breed.
cats, to be honest, but I've still got
Really?
a favourite breed.
Okay, go on then.
Little King Charles Spaniel, because they're so cute. They've got the little adorable eyes, haven't they?
You've met my dog, haven't you?
Yeah, he's all right.
he's mental, is what he is. So anyway, I replied to the guy on Twitter, Andy, and said, "I wish I could think of a good Villa dog pun now." As a reply, I wish I was clever enough to think of that. And that tweet got 71 replies. So I did a tweet saying, asking for Villa questions. Had about 4 people.
Screenshot it. Put it up on your wall.
Yeah.
Blow it
Had
up.
about 4 people ask me some actual Villa questions. Ask for a dog pun. My phone is exploding with replies. So
You should save this for your next appraisal, Dan.
look at this great
my
engagement.
I got 71 replies.
I mean, it's probably more now. It's literally still
I'm top
going.
dog.
Nice. So I've written down some of my favourite ones, and there's a page full because there's a lot of good ones.
Come on then.
So do you want
Crack
to
on.
hear some? Okay. Barker Bjarnason.
Yeah, it's decent. Yeah.
I want you to rate them out of 10. Quick fire.
Oh, we don't know what the standard is. We'll start out as a 7.
Okay. Old Wolf Melberg.
Old Wolf.
Old Wolf.
I would have took out the L and gone, Wolf Malberg.
Old Wolf Melberg.
Yeah, so I'd go a 4. If you'd removed the
4.
L in the dash in the middle,
Yeah.
then it's a solid 7, but he's put too much in there. I'll
Yeah.
go 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yannick Bolassi. That's pretty good, I think.
Lassie as in...
I'll let you. You should rate that one because I know
Oh.
that's your
I
favourite.
think that's up there. Trezor Greyhound. That's good as well. Trezor Greyhound.
It's Tresemme to me, and that is
a good one.
I don't think there's room for 2 nicknames for him. It's Tresemme or nothing. I'm going 2
fair.
out of 10.
Here's 2 that you have to decide between: Dogless Louise or Pugless Louise. Now, I think Pug is stronger because it's a breed, but Dog is, you've only dropped the U and it works. Dogless.
Pugless.
But Pugless sounds like Douglas. Dogless sounds different to Douglas.
Yeah, but I think Pugless would get it. I mean, well, it sounds wrong, doesn't
Pardon?
it?
It's 10 a.m. on a Monday morning.
I think Pugless
I think
eclipses
I think so.
Dogless. Dogless makes me feel sad for him, as if his little dog has, broken his lead.
Recently passed away.
And it's Douglas Luiz, so we can't be asked to go and chase him,
So we're going with Pugless.
Yeah, Pugless.
Okay.
Pugless wins.
Emil Husky.
Yeah,
That's strong.
Decent, yeah.
Andy Greyhound.
I like that better than Treasure Greyhound, I must admit.
Okay. Yeah, because it's grey, isn't it, already?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. I think this is the winner, and this got the most likes. Gabby Agbonlapore.
I like it.
That's good.
I think Yannick
23
Bolasie,
likes that got.
He's better than
That is good as well.
Gabby Agbonlapore.
John Terrier.
Yeah, decent. Yeah.
Decent. Neil Taylor was a big suggestion, and I think that's pretty weak.
Because he's got a tail.
Lots of animals have tails, don't they?
Shame he can't kick a ball.
All right. Rude.
I'm on about the Neil Taylor
dog.
with a... Yeah,
Nice.
not on about the actual Neil Taylor. He's world class.
Tommy Dougherty.
Tommy Dougherty.
That's
Old
good.
school, but
That's good.
You're barking up the wrong tree asking me to help you with these.
Nice. Kyle Walkies.
That's all right. Yeah.
That's good.
All right.
That's your first laugh. That was the best one for you. That's good. Dwight Yorkshire Terrier.
It's a bit forced.
Dwight Yorkie.
Dwight Yorkie's better, yeah.
Bit better.
Bit of life story if it's Yorkshire Terrier, innit?
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Leandro Barcuna.
I really dislike Leandro Bacuna, so
Yeah,
I'm
so do
going
I.
to say 1 out of 10 from when he said that he should be playing European football. It's not for Villa.
Here's a good one.
How many pages have you got of this?
I didn't have room for the last two.
I told him he needs to take over the Crufts social media page. He's in the wrong job.
I'm in the wrong job, mate. Courtney Paws.
I like
Oh,
it,
come
but,
on, nothing
but not
for
many
that.
people say his name properly. So,
Okay, so
Is it Hawes or is it House?
The
no,
alternative-
it is Hawes.
It is,
It
yeah,
is, but
it
like
is
if
Hawes.
I was having a normal conversation with you down the boozer, and then I'm like, I'd be like Courtney House. If it just reels off the top, I have to think about it. Say
Yeah.
Hawes first.
I mean, I don't think we speak about Hawes anywhere near enough on this podcast.
He's
The
got a
player.
point.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
player.
nice. Yeah.
As it's his dirty mind. He's the problem, isn't it?
He
It's
is
your
the
dirty
problem.
mind, Dan.
If he wasn't such a technical whiz kid,
I'd be out the door already.
you would.
Okay. I'd be in the Courtney doghouse. There we go.
But
That's
it's
the
not
last
House,
one.
it's Horse. So
Yeah, but
you lose.
I've
You'd
done
be in the
both
Courtney
there.
dog horse.
I've done both there.
The dog horse.
Ulysses de la Crufts.
I like it.
You like that one?
I did like
I'm
that one.
fed up of him now. I must.
I mean, that I've really.
I'm glad you went there. Thanks, thanks, Matt.
I've
We're watching a
really.
team throwing away leads all season.
Nice. Nice.
Let's leave it.
I've really exhausted the
Well,
amount
it's
of
next
dog
week.
puns
It's
there.
going to be football team names that could sound like breeds of whale or
That's
something
it.
like that.
That's it.
Breeds of whale.
See, I'm glad we got to the end of them dog puns, Dan. Thanks for that.
Is that how we're starting the next bit?
Well, is that where we
I don't know.
needed to?
Right, the camera ran out before we could film an outro, so we've had to do this the following day. We've all had to come in wearing exactly the same clothes, position the cameras exactly the same places.
We've done a great job at replicating this today.
Hopefully, you won't see any continuity issues.
Yeah.
Smooth. So yes, this is our little outro. I don't have to rush it this time as well, which is good. So obviously,
Don't do an hour-long outro.
no,
for
no,
God's
no,
sake.
but I was rushing then, so this is a better take.
You as James Rushton.
Nice.
Just for puns.
Yes, welcome to James
Shout out
Rushton,
James Rushton.
our new employee, first day today. I will be going to flush his head down the toilet after this podcast, just because he's the new kid.
Well, give him-
That's what happened to me anyway.
Yeah. A couple of hours working here with flushing his own head down the toilet, mate. Trust me. I think he's actually on my new starters list that I've got to tick off, to be honest. Get round to yours one of the day.
Yeah, thanks.
Initiation process.
So that's the end of episode 8 of the Claret and Blue podcast. Probably the most mental, randomest podcast we've done yet, and that says a lot because we've chatted some
I
rubbish
think
so
we've
far.
raised the bar now, to be honest.
You
We've-
won't be coming back again.
We've quickly learned that me and Kendrick together is not
Yeah.
good for podcasts.
Can somebody bring back Ash Priest, please? We need a bit of structure to the podcast, bit of Villa knowledge.
We'll go and look after his young daughter, I think, and bring him back in here. It's the safest thing for everybody.
So
Thanks, guys. It's nice knowing you. See you next season when he has another kid.
let's just wrap it. Leave iTunes reviews, but please be kind. Don't judge. If this is your first time listening, don't judge us. don't judge us off this, because this has been.
And go by what the teacher at school. If you got nothing nice to say, don't say it all.
Yeah,
all right?
exactly. Just be kind to us.
Just be mean to him on Twitter.
First day back at work, isn't it? We've all had fun over Christmas, and we need to get serious. We've had too much fun on this
Really?
podcast.
This was the most least serious football-related conversation I've ever had.
next
ever.
week we've
Have you
got,
really
got
got
it
to
out.
the stage where you've got to beg for sympathy?
Yeah, we've got it out of the system now. And we've all had a laugh. We've all had a fun time. It was very good, actually. I enjoyed it. What is that buzzing? I mean, I'm not insane, by the way, because I've got.
You sure, mate?
I know that none of you heard that, because I've got the earphones in. There was like a weird buzzing happening. I don't know what it was.
Well, hopefully
That was
it
really
was
weird.
your headphones saying never say a dog-related pun
Yes.
on this podcast ever
Actually,
again.
Oh, what's that pterodactyl in a beret?
Funnily,
It's good.
I mean, that's my third coffee of the day,
I've
so that
spiked
maybe
you.
explains a little bit. Funnily enough, I've had at least 3 people ask me why I'm wearing earphones in the podcast. It's because I'm listening to the podcast to change levels. It's the most
me and
boring
Matt are
answer
so
ever.
loud. If he didn't, then
I have to keep changing levels.
he's
and stuff.
doing it
It's
for
an
your
nightmare.
ears.
Yes,
so
and-
for when you have your headphones in, listening to this podcast in your car or on the train or
Yeah,
on the bus,
it
whatever,
sounds good.
he's doing it for you. So you haven't got Dan, who has a really deep
like
and
this.
quiet voice, and then
Just
me and
turn
Kendrick
you
who
off.
sound like we're on
Exactly.
megaphones.
The headphones, I understand, but why are you wearing women's knickers?
Don't.
You got to do so much editing on this outro.
Mate, this thing is remaining unedited.
Are you keeping it all in?
He's so lazy.
so.
Say anything. Just
He's
to
doing it
say-
on purpose. He can't be
just to
bothered.
save
That's
him
what it
editing.
is.
I've
Absolutely.
passed my probation now, so
Have you?
Yeah.
So he's going to give it the Barry Big Spuds.
Edit that, boy.
Keep
This is actual work.
My
now.
God.
Get out. Boom.
Are we done?
We're done. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for watching.
Up the Villa.
Up the Villa. Pup the Villa.
Pup the Villa.
Yes,
Get
got
out.
it in. Got it in the second
Ta-ra.
time.
Woof
Thank you very
off.
much. That's it. Stop that camera now. Thank you for listening to Claret and Blue and Aston Villa podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, then please do let us know. We love hearing your thoughts and comments. We'll be back soon with another episode. Until then, up the Villa.